Welcome back to Bridging the Gap. I'm your host, Julie Dilworth, and we're here with Colin McEvers today. Good to see you.
Hi, everybody. Nice to be here. Nice to be here, Jules. Thank you.
Good to have you. I know there's a lot going on in the land of college Republicans these days.
Oh, yes, there is. There certainly is a lot going on. It's never a dull moment.
That's one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you today, because I think there is some bigger things not only for you, but for the college Republicans coming up. So I wanted to see if you wanted to tell the folks a little bit about what's happening.
Definitely, for sure. So the first thing is, and I've mentioned this to you, I'm actually going to be stepping into the role of chairman very soon. So our chairman currently, Danny McBride, he's essentially resigned. So that means that I become the acting chairman of the organization at the moment, but I haven't been sworn in yet. I'm going to be sworn in on Sunday at our little event that we're having for the Lower Shore Young Republicans, LSYR, Make Maryland Great Again. This is a little hat actually that I brought today. If you'd like it, you can have it. I have a few.
I would love that.
All right, wonderful. This is.
I have one like that.
Oh yeah, this is a Make America.
Oh no, I don't have that one.
This is a Make America Healthy Again hat actually. So I got this from HHS when I was working there. Someone gave it to me, a good friend.
Very nice.
But yeah, so on Sunday for our Lower Shore Young Republicans event, we're gonna have it at Redmond's, and it's gonna be like
in Fruitland on Route 13. Yeah.
Yes, at Redmond's Lodge. We're going to be having that event, and I'm going to be sworn in by one of our speakers. So I'm looking forward to that. So it should be fun. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you have also some of the local representatives attending, right?
Yes. Actually, I was just able to confirm this yesterday. Senator Carrozza will be coming. Senator Mary Beth Carrozza, she represents Wycomico, Somerset, and Worcester County.
Yeah.
And those are all the counties that we represent as the Lower Shore Young Republicans.
Yeah.
So it's really, really great that she's able to come by and speak. And we're also going to have Councilman James Wynn. I've also invited Julie Giordano there. I want to have as many local leaders as possible.
Right.
And I've tried to invite as many Maryland college Republican students throughout the state to come, as well as our group, Lower Shore Young Republicans, and of course it's open to anybody who wants to come by, except for like far left Democrats. If someone is a far left Democrat watching this,
you probably wouldn't have a good time.
You might not have a good time, and also the food is kind of costly a little bit. I mean, we got a good deal, but
Well, it's a fundraiser, right?
It is. It'll be a fundraiser and a social event, social networking.
Okay, so it's at Redmond's in Fruitland on Saturday.
It's on Sunday.
Sunday. What date is that? September what?
September 7th.
Okay. At what time?
At 5:30. It's going to be at 5:30, so we're going to be having that, and I'm looking
You just show
forward
up, or
you just show up.
just show up.
And that's one of the first things I'm going to be doing as in my position as Maryland
Write
College.
that down on my calendar here.
Oh, wonderful! Thank you. Yes.
Because you have food.
Yes, we do have food. Yeah,
What's
we do
the
have
food?
Yes, exactly right.
Friday
See,
at
all I had to do
5:30.
was give her a hat, and now
You
she's
said
doing
Sunday.
a promo.
Sunday.
Sunday. Yep.
Sunday at 5:30.
Yes.
And what's the food?
It's going to be mac and cheese. We're going to have some wings. We're going to have a fruit tray too, a couple fruit trays, and maybe some barbecue chicken. Hopefully.
Okay. Oh, they're gonna barbecue it there.
Possibly. They
Because
might
they
be
do
able
make
to.
some really good roadside chicken there.
You're right about
Yeah.
that. They do. So.
All right. Well,
Yes.
that sounds great. Well, congratulations on the next endeavor.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
And I think great things are destined for you. So,
I certainly hope so. I hope so for the sake of the CR, because if we can do well and if we are able to kind of implement the plans that we have, we should be able to succeed and do a lot for the state and truly make Maryland great again.
yeah. Do you have? I mean, what is your engagement like on campus here?
So I go to Salisbury University. I'm a student there, and I've recently become president of the SU College Republicans. Back in May, we had an election, and so this upcoming Friday, tomorrow, we're going to be having an involvement fair. I'm going to try to recruit as many Salisbury University freshmen as I possibly can to join up with the College Republicans, and we're going to have about 4 people there at the table, including myself. We're going to be doing a lot of promotion. We want to get as many of those students at the interest fair to go to our event on Sunday, and then we're going to have an interest meeting on Tuesday. So we're going to try to hit them with a lot and to really retain those members.
Right.
And our goal is to get at least 30 people to sign up at the involvement fair tomorrow, and then get at least 10 of those people to come to our interest meeting.
That'd be great.
So we want to recruit, but we also want to give them something to actually believe in and something to fight for. So at the state level, we're going to do a few things. I've mentioned this on the show a couple times in the past. I was trying to end the pepper spray ban on campus at SU, and we were able to do a pretty good media kind of campaign regarding that. And we went on the news. We did a lot of lobbying with the university. We did a lot of stuff with the Salisbury University SGA. Now it's still banned at SU, unfortunately, and there are a lot of campuses where pepper spray and other self-defense tools are banned. Party schools where women mostly are subject to possibly being assaulted.
Seems counterintuitive for sure.
Exactly. And one of the reasons why this is the case is because there's a state law that says that certain items like OC, pepper spray, are banned on government institutions, and that would include college campuses. So what we need to do is we need to make an exception for that so that college students are not banned from being able to carry around possibly life-saving items to protect themselves. So we're going to try to do that.
Self-defense, yeah.
Exactly, self-defense items. And so we want to do that at the state level, and that's one of the goals that I want to take forward at the statewide College Republicans, because it's about self-defense, which is a very Republican platform if you think about it. We care about the Second Amendment, for instance, about giving people the right to defend themselves, not relying solely on the government to do that job, relying solely upon the police, though we love the police, of course. Sometimes people need to take matters into their own hands to protect their own safety and their own lives and their own families. And so, of course, pepper spray is not like a lethal weapon. It's not like a gun, so it's not similar in that way. But we want to be able to give people the equipment they need to actually defend themselves.
Oh, I am in total agreement, because we know there are issues on college campuses, and there has to be something better than a whistle for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But, there's also a lot going on all the time in this world, and it doesn't exclude Wycomico County or Salisbury, Maryland. So there's a lot going on local. I hear about some of these things going on behind the scenes, and some of the things that are going on just in front of the cameras, and I nothing changes a whole lot except for the topics, really. But let's talk about some of the things, and the players. Let's talk about some of the things going on in the nitty-gritty in Salisbury and Wycomico County also.
Okay,
So
wonderful.
there was an email circulating speaking about you're going into your next phase of College Republicans. I almost forgot to address this, but you're going through your next phase, and you're going to be the new chair for the College Republicans in the state of Maryland. And apparently it seemed to be, reading this email that's been circulating around from an anonymous person sent to we don't know who, many people, that seems to be targeting you in a very specific and other people, but sort of a case against you, I might say.
I think it's honestly very childish and very immature. It goes into a lot of different family details of myself and other individuals on the board involved with Republican politics, and it's just it really has no substance. And as Republicans, as people that are really, really involved, we get a lot of criticism, we get a lot of slander. We have to deal with these things. Back when I was running for vice president of Student Government Association, I was slandered on a daily basis by, frankly, people that were, very much politically in disagreement with me. And so they made rumors up, they spread lies about me.
I'm familiar with all of that.
Yeah, unfortunately, it really, really sucks.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
it does.
exactly. Whenever you
It's-
run for something,
That's terrible.
They
I
dig
know.
into your past.
It really brings out the lowest life form in people.
It does.
Yeah.
It definitely does. And it's unfortunate. And when people go into your family, it really shows that they don't really have much to attack. Now, they did attack one particular aspect. They did attack the fact that I've covered articles that were, or covered stories and events that were more left-leaning, things like Palestine protests and things like that. As reporters, as a journalist, you have to cover everything. You can't, focus solely on things that you agree
Sure.
with or disagree with. You have to focus on everything. And so I'm a very unbiased reporter when it comes to journalism. Now, I am the editor-in-chief of our student newspaper, the Bury Post. I'm going to be resigning from that position actually at the end of the semester because I just have a lot of things going on, and it's really, really busy for me.
Yeah.
And I want to focus more on the statewide college Republicans and politics and things like that. I mean,
And
you can look.
It's ridiculous.
You can look at my record. I'm a very, very, I really care about the Republican Party.
It was pretty nasty the way they did it, though, I would say.
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
I rebuke that. So
Definitely.
shame on whoever.
For sure, for sure.
Grow up.
I mean, in regards to certain things, and certain members of my family were attacked for matters of sexuality, for instance. One member of my family was attacked for being gay. And I'll say this right now, I have no problem with gay people. There are log cabin Republicans out there,
Yeah.
people that are gay Republicans. There's no issue with them. We should welcome those people into the party. We shouldn't discriminate against anyone just because they happen to be gay or happen to like a member of, what their sexuality is. Come over to the Republican Party. We want you. I'm personally not gay. I tend to like women, actually. I'm quite the straight man. I will say that.
Well, we got that clarified as well. We're having all kinds of
I don't know.
revelations here today. We call it bridging the gap.
I don't know if that needs to be clarified. There might be an email you see or some kind of hit piece about me being gay. I don't know. You might see that. That's not the case. But I mean, if anyone wants to, I invite them to, level that attack. I don't really care. But yeah, I mean,
people are silly. You just have to kind of move beyond them, I think.
definitely.
That and their opinion's going to not even buy me a cup of coffee, so.
For sure. Exactly.
It's not as much value as people's opinions have.
You're right about that. And the fundamental thing is that when you do things as a leader, as a state leader, as a local leader, whatever it might be, you're going to get all kinds of criticism.
Sure.
And they're going to be people that are envious and jealous of you, that want to see you be taken down, that want to see you fail. That will spread a lot of things, and they're going to be vicious about it, because politics at the end of the day can be very, very vicious and bloodthirsty and mean and really bad. It's a blood sport. It really is.
That's why I like talking about it, not being in it these days.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? I mean, yeah, I'm going to have to deal, as someone that's really, really politically interested, and I love all forms of politics, both the good parts and the bad parts. I actually find all of them interesting.
Quite fascinating.
Quite fascinating, and I like being involved with it, and, so I'm going to be slandered, I'm going to be attacked and things like that, but it doesn't really faze me. I'm not really concerned about it. I'm not scared about being slandered or attacked or anything like that. I'd really invite anyone to bring it on, because I'm going to continue doing the work that I'm doing, and we're going to continue winning and fighting and succeeding at the end of the day. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah. Well, moving on, what's going on with the city politics? Do you know of, or any of, there's a lot of people preparing, I think, for this next election coming up next year in different phases. So what do you know about what's the beat on the street out there?
Beat on the street. One of the things I actually wanted to touch on is there's a little bit of controversy regarding one of our favorite city councilwomen. Her name is Michelle Gregory. I'm sure you've heard of her.
I have.
She and her daughter actually made a few Facebook posts, some memes about, people with guns, basically implying, dealing with certain media criticism. I know how to deal with the media criticism, and it's just a picture of some, cartoon characters with guns. And so the media figure that, was targeted actually, made a post kind of criticizing her and her daughter for those politically kind of...
I wish we had a picture, because I haven't seen it.
I know, right? I might actually throw up a picture on the screen right here.
Okay, you should, yeah.
Here's a picture.
Because without the context, I don't know what's going on.
Exactly. So as we're talking, the viewers can see the memes that were posted and some of the responses and the criticism regarding that. And Michelle Gregory actually tried to play the victim. She said, "You keep my daughter's name out of it. You can't criticize us. What do you, and then she, threw out, names like terms like misogynist and woman hater and stuff like that for people criticizing her.
Oh dear, I didn't see it.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. I mean, just because someone criticizes you and your daughter, who, by the way, her daughter is in her 20s, I believe. It's not like she's like a 14-year-old child.
Right.
She's an adult who can make her own decisions and who should be totally held responsible for the things that she posts on a public platform like Facebook. I think it's relatively, at the end of the day, it's very silly, and it really shows that this council person is quite immature and is not ready to be county executive by any means. which she's running for. She's running for county executive
Yeah.
against Julie Giordano. It's going to be interesting to see what the results are. I think the results are not going to be very well in her favor, to say the least.
Yeah, and that position, as we've seen, has grown a tremendous amount of criticism. Julie has undergone quite a lot from some folks out there. I don't know if Michelle is ready for that task, because it's pretty tough.
Oh yeah, it can be really tough, and if she can't deal with criticism for very, very valid things, how is she going to deal with the criticism that comes every single day with
Yeah.
being a county executive? So,
Speaking of which, I heard just today that there was an announcement made by our county executive that I have it on here, but essentially that Wycomico County is going to be continuing with to support or going forward with what's called a ICE warrant service officer model. And I don't know all the ins and outs of that, but apparently our officers in Wycomico County are going to be cooperating with federal ICE agents in the area, and that has caused quite a lot of conversation among folks that I've seen just today online on the socials. So what are your thoughts about it? I mean,
it's definitely a hot button issue in this current time that we're in. At the end of the day, illegal immigration is a problem. That's one of the main reasons why Trump won
yeah,
in 2024. That's one of the reasons he won the election, is because people throughout the country, particularly in border states and places that were being really, really hit hard by illegal immigration, were seeing that it's just a burden. It creates an incredible burden on like social welfare programs, on local governments, city governments. It really does, and it takes away resources that could otherwise be used for American citizens. And at the end of the day, we want to be a compassionate country. We want to help as many people as possible. We want to spread democracy and democratic principles as much as we want to, as much as possible, rather. But we need to focus and we need to care about our American citizens first. And,
there has been an exorbitant amount of warning given, not only in the last 8 months, but specifically within the last 8 months, but over the years. I mean, it's not like this is a new topic, or no other president has ever tackled it before. Obama was the last one, as far as I am aware, that did a mass deportation. So it's nothing new, but until it's actually done, it's not taken seriously in this country. We can see now that the border is pretty darn secure.
Oh,
There's
yeah, definitely.
no crossings happening
Yeah,
there.
0 border crossings, and that's incredible how much they've been able to secure the border. And now they are basically righting the wrongs of the Biden administration,
Yes.
where you saw thousands and thousands of illegal immigrants flooding into the country every single day.
And they're all over our area too. And I get that a lot of them have made this their community and provide valuable work and services and things.
Certainly.
And they're
yes.
human beings and
Yes,
all of
definitely.
that. And some people may have children that were even born here. I mean, there's a lot of things. It's not that escapes me. However, we have to have laws in this country, and we certainly have to have them around immigration. And you just have to draw a line, in my opinion, in the sand. And if you haven't done so now, I mean, the opportunity is still, if somebody's in that situation, to do something about it. They're paying people to self-deport, so forth,
You're right, and we need to show these individuals respect because they are human beings.
Yeah.
And they deserve respect, and they deserve compassion and things of that sort. But like you said, Jules, we need law and order in the country. That's what we need.
We've been overrun, and there's no question
exactly.
about it.
We've been overrun in the past, and now we have a much more strict presidency and administration that says if you come into the country illegally, you will be deported. You will be taken back to the country. Otherwise, there is no reason for people that are crossing illegally not to do so and to go through the legal processes. Because
But Colin, there's a lot of people really upset about it who don't agree with us, and
That's
I do
true,
find
that's
that
true.
I find it a little surprising, just because they know it's the law, right? But now that the law has been ignored for so long, I think it's just because it's been ignored for so long that
Yeah, it's been ignored for a really long time.
Can't
and
believe
so,
that it's not being ignored now.
Exactly. And it's like a tough process to go back into abiding by
Yeah.
the laws, and this is the extent to which this is happening hasn't been done in a long time, maybe ever. But we need to get back on track. We need to have law and order. They need to come through the legal way. And yes, it might take a long time. It might take several years. But at the end of the day, there's a reason for that. We have a lot of people in this country already. We have limited resources. We need to be watching out for American citizens. America first. That is what we need to be focusing
Well,
on.
and I will say some of the people around here in particular, because we are so heavily reliant on ag, I mean, they do have an issue with workers. And I'm hoping, because we're going to, whether we agree with it or not, it doesn't matter. We're getting ice here, apparently, is what we're being told. And Mike Lewis's office is cooperating. So we do have to consider, have they fixed the visas for the migrant workers? Have they done these other things that are, going to alleviate the problems? Those are valid questions. I think that some of the people bring up. So
I mean, I can understand it's filled mostly by people that are here, maybe not legally, but we need to find other ways to fill those positions, to fill those jobs. And a lot of people say, like, well, Americans just won't do it. They can't do it. It's impossible for American citizens to do that work, to go out and to do farm work and stuff like that. And it's a lot of farms around here. It's a big agricultural sector in this area. But it's like, why not? We can get American citizens, people that have come here legally, to go and do those jobs.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it might be difficult, and of course it is going to be a challenging time. But I agree with the basic premise of ensuring that we have law and order in the country and in Wycomico County.
yeah, and there are programs for migrant workers and visas for ag workers. I'm just hoping that they have, enhanced them or done whatever needs to be done to maybe offset people that have come here illegally, because that's going to be a factor in there.
Certainly.
But there's a lot going on. I mean, it just keeps happening, and we have to stay tuned. I do know, though, I heard just today, this only affects certain people in the county, but in the Quantico area, there's been a $1 million, is that what I said?
$1 million grant, you said.
Federal grant money for Pirates Wharf over there. So it's right on the river. It's right on the water, I believe. So that's new. I've never been there. I should go check it out. I live on the water. It's so pretty. So that's happening. And then, of course, we have, I guess, the different races that are coming up next year that everybody's getting prepared for.
Oh, yeah,
all the
definitely.
locals. So
Definitely.
never a dull moment.
No, definitely. Never a dull moment. And
we're
one
here
of
to
those
keep
things, in regards to the local elections, that's one of the reasons that I'm really pushing on expanding the Maryland College Republicans,
Yes.
the Lower Shore Young Republicans, because we want to get volunteers out there to do the door knocking
Yes.
and canvassing. We need a really good ground game to get out the vote. It's going to be a tough election year, 2026, federally at the federal level. If you look at historical trends, when one party controls or has a trifecta over all branches of government, like the presidency and the House of Representatives and the Senate, usually that party does not do very well in the midterms, and currently that party is the Republican Party.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure that we hold on to what we do have in Maryland and to make some wins at the state level. That's what I'm going to focus on, is making sure that we can get some Republican delegates, some Republican senators, some Republican councilmen, local people into these positions of power, because it's a very blue state. We have a super
state's in a
super
lot of
minority,
trouble.
unfortunately. You're right. You're right about that.
And I don't know about you, but I've seen Westmore's smiling face quite a lot on the social medias lately, bartending and whatnot, and I've had about enough of him.
He's definitely preparing. He's scared.
He's going to run for president.
He's going to run for president in 28 for sure. And however, it's going to be difficult for him to do that if he does poorly. If he does poorly in 26, even if he wins, but if he gets like 55% of the vote, that's not going to help him.
I'm still looking for $5 billion that was somehow mysteriously lost. So I can't say that I'm a fan, but I also don't think he has a big fan base in Maryland in general. And I feel like
his approval rating is like 50%.
it's giving O'Malley. It's giving me all O'Malley because O'Malley ran for president and Maryland didn't even support him, so it didn't last very long. And
yeah.
that's what I'm predicting. But
Definitely. Yeah, I don't think he's going to win. I think the only Democrat who really has a chance at winning like a general election at this point in 2028 would be like maybe Gavin Newsom. I know his record sucks, but he has really good.
oh, he's running too.
He's running. His record in California is terrible, is atrocious, but he has really good
But
branding.
his hair is really good.
His hair is beautiful. He has a really nice raspy voice. We are going to fight for the
And
American
his
people.
suits are always just perfect.
I know, right? Yeah, he's really, really fashionable.
He's
and sometimes,
on point with his passion.
yeah, exactly. Sometimes the look and the brand and the appearance is even more important than the record. Sometimes, unfortunately, in
It's
politics
on
that
the
happens.
packaging,
You know, so. But
You couldn't be as cool as Gavin Newsom if you tried because he's just too cool.
okay, well that's a challenge that we'll come back to in the next episode. I'm going to try to get on the same coolness scale as Gavin
Your
Newsom.
hair is pretty close.
It needs to gray up a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to be a silver fox.
There
first,
you
okay?
go. Something to aspire to.
Definitely. Okay.
Well, it's been great having you guys here again for another episode.
Definitely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It's been a wonderful interview and show. So, yeah, I hope to see you guys later. And have a good day, everybody.